Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a Fog of War style Sudoku. Had a couple of them recently. There seem to be quite a few of them coming out recently that I've seen. So let's give this one a go and see how it turns out. This one is called Whispers in the Fog by Sir Moose. Cool name. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply, and then some of the grid is covered by fog. Placing correct digits will clear the fog. So normal Sudoku rules apply means every row, every column, and every 3x3 box contains the digits 1 through 9 each. And then the Fog of War portion of it means that if you were to put a correct digit here, all of the surrounding areas that have fog would be enlightened, so you could see what was behind that fog. Now we got German whispers, so digits along a green line must differ by at least 5. This means that whatever this digit is, this one has to be 5 away from it. And then we've got digits separated by a black dot or in a 1:2 ratio. Not all dots are given as Kropki dots. Now we can't see any Kropki dots yet, but as the fog clears, we will. And let's say there's a Kropki dot between these two. Whatever this digit is, this digit either has to be half or double of that value. And those are the rules. Pretty simple. So let's get into this one. I think there's a fairly obvious way to start, and that would be with our only open clear space here. We know a couple things from German whispers that have been explained a few times. One of those is that you can never put a 5 on a German whisper, because you'd have to have a 0 or a 10 next to it. And since there's a German whisper in every cell except for this one needs to be a 5. And there's our Kropki dot, at least one of them. The other things to do with German whispers are the digits 4 and 6 are quite unique because they only have one digit that can ever go with them. So if you were to put a 4 here, you'd have to put a 9 next to it. No other digit is 5 away from 4. That is a normal Sudoku. 6 is the other one, like I said. If you put a 6 in here, you have to put a 1 here. There's no other way to go about it. And 4s and 6s cannot go on the interior of German whispers, particularly if they are all in the same region, because then if you put a 4 here, you'd have to put a 9 on both of these. That does not work. So that tells me that these are 4 and 6, and these are therefore 1 and 9. Now it gives me a little bit here. Well, actually it gives me quite a bit if we look at this 4-6 pair. On a black Kropki dot, you can only use the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. 5, 7, and 9 do not work because you cannot have or double either of those 3 digits and still have a valid Sudoku. So what does that leave then? We've removed the 6 from the equation, so there cannot be a 3, 6. So all we have left now is 1, 2, 4, and 8. Well, we've also removed the 4, which ostensibly removes the 8. So this has to be a 1, 2 pair. Now, if that's a 1, 2 pair, it's going to point back here and tell us this is the 9, this is the 1, this is the 4, and this is the 6. And we've got some more German whispers poking their heads out. We can kind of mark these in. They have to be from 2, 3, 7, and 8. This one has to be low, so it can't be 7 or 8. This one has to be high, so it can't be 2, 3. This one has to be high. This one has to be low, so we can do that. Now, can we figure out anything else on here? Well, one thing we know is that this digit, we can't see what all the German whisper does after it gets past this first row of fog, but we know that this digit, or this line does this, we know this line does this, we know this line does this. So this digit is going to have 3 separate digits adjacent to it on a German whispers that are at least 5 away from it. Well, there's not a ton of options there. If I were to put a 9, we could do 1, 2, 3, and 4 would all work. If I were to put an 8, 1, 2, and 3 would all work. Conversely, if I were to put a 1, and I know we can't put a 1 because there's a 1 there, but if we were to put a 1 there, these could be 6, 7, 8, or 9. If we were to put a 2, these would be 7, 8, or 9. We can't put 3, can't put 4, can't put 5, can't put 6, and can't put 7. So that gives us Well, does it give us something very useful? Now, if I were to put a 2 here, that would force all of these to be 7, 8, and 9, which should work. If I were to put a 9 in here, or an 8, these would have to be from 1. I'm going to type those in real quick. Now, these could never be 1 or 4. Now, if I were to put an 8 here, that would create a 2, 3 pair. Yeah, that might turn into something, but I'm going to remove those for now and see what else I can figure out. So, I mean, I know there's no 5s in any of these, but I can't rule out 5s down here just yet, because I don't know if there's a German whisper down there. I don't want to write these in because these are clearly can be 3, 5, 7, and 8, but there's nothing over there just yet to tell me what's what. Okay, we can do this, I think. Yeah, up here. We can finish this box a little bit. I didn't see that at first, but I should have noticed it quite obviously. These two are 2 and 3. One of these has to be a 3. So this can never be a 7, because if it was a 7, these would both have to be 2. So this is 8 and 7. Now the 7 has to go with the 2, the 8 gets the 3. And now we know this can't be a 2, so that does help us quite well. So now we know these are from the low digits, and this cannot be 1, 2, or 4, so it has to be 3, and that's going to get us moving. Now this has to be 1, 2, or 4 as well, because it goes low, high, low, high, low. So this has to be high. So we'll put 6. Well, this can't be 6. And these can't be 4. Well, that's not true. This can't be 4. Because if this was 4, these would both be 9. This cannot be 6, because these would both have to be 1. So these are from 7, 8, and 9. Now, this could still be 9, because this could be 4, and this could be some other low digit. We don't quite know yet. So our 5, we know, has to go over in here, because we can't put one on the German whisper, and we've got our 5 over here, which points to a 5 being down here somewhere. So this 3 doesn't quite work this out, because this could still be 8 or 9. Where else can we go? Well, I guess we know this is a 5, 6 pair, because 5, 6 here, and we don't have any other place that 5s and 6 go, so let's put that in that way. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 already dealt with. We've got 5 and 6 already dealt with. These have to be from 7, 8, and 9. It can't be a 7, so that's an 8 and 9. So there we go. This is going to give us our 7. You know this can't be a 5 anymore, because now it's on a German whisper. This 7 can't be with a 4, so this has to be a 4. So this has to be 9 and 8. And these could be still whatever the heck they want to be. We know these digits. We're going to know a few things about what all of these digits can be in sets of 3s. This can be from 1, 2, and 7. This can be 5, 6, and 8. We know that can't be 5. We know this can't be 6 either, so this is 8. And then we're going to know that, let's get rid of this mark as well. These are going to have to be from 3, 4, and 9. Now 9 can never go on a black Kropki dot. This is an 8, so this must be a 3. These are not 3s. This 8 can't go next to a 7, so we can get rid of 7 there. That 3 tells us this is a 6. Now we know this has to be from 1, 2, 4, or 8, because we have a 6 here, so we can't do the 3, 6 pairings. We know this can't be 1 or 8 because it's in the middle of a black Kropki dot. We know there has to be a 2 and a 4 on this set of 3 black Kropkis, because it's either 1, 2, 4, or it's 2, 4, 8. Not necessarily in that order, but there's always 2 and a 4 on this, which points up to here. So this is 1 and 2. Now that we have that and we have another German whispers, this is going to have to be a high digit, and it can't be 8 or 9, so it's either 6 or 7, and this is going to be low. and it can't be 3 or 4, so it's going to have to be 1 or 2. So we've got a 1-2 pair going here, which is interesting. What else? Now, the 6 isn't ruled out because it can have a 1 on both sides of it. No, we know there's a 2 and a 4 here, so there's no 2 in any of these. We know there has to be a 2 in one of these. We can mark that. We know there's a 4 in one of these, but that doesn't do quite as much. It just rules out a 4 in those spaces. 3 to the 8. No, we can't do anything with those. Like I said, these are not figured out just yet. Do we have anything with our 5s that we can do? Probably not. Because we don't have a lot of German whispers now showing. So where's the next place we want to look? The 1 here, sorry, I didn't see that. This can't have a 1 on it. So this is 2, 4, 8, so this is 4. These are from 2 and 8, and that 8 is looking at it, so this is 2, this is 8. So now we know that this German whisper does a little corkscrewy looking thing, so this has to be a high digit. It can't be 8, and it can't be 7, so it's either 6 or 9. Now, could it be 6? It could, because both of these could be 1s. This has to be a low digit, and it can't be 2 or 4, so it's 1 or 3. Now, I don't know, this German whisper might branch off. Actually, I do see a little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little tiny inkling of a German whisper line right there, which is showing me that it goes up here. So this has to be a high digit, so it has to be either 6 or 7. Because we've got 8 or 9 here. So we've got a 6, 7 pair now, looking at this. So this is 5 and 6. That 6 gives me a 9. Okay. That 9 doesn't do much of anything because these could be whatever the heck they want to be. This 6, 7 doesn't really do anything. Well, one of these has to be a 6, is what we're seeing. So if one of these has to be a 6, then this one has to be a 1 no matter what. And that gives me a 2 and a 1. And next in line, that 1 gives me a 3. This 3, 2, actually the 2 sees the 1. So these are not 1s. Anything else I'm not quite say. This 6 here gives me 5 and 6. So that just clears up that little bit of area back there. Where's next? There's got to be something coming up in here somewhere. There has to be a 3 here. Can't be here. Can't be here, here, or here. So this has to be 3. That didn't actually give me anything just yet. These are 5, 6, and 7. Let's put those in. This can't be 5. So now we have a 6, 7 pair pointing at a 5. Okay. Now there's no 5s in any of those. Not too useful. Yeah, okay. And next is... gotta have a 1 down in this box somewhere. It can't be in any of these, so it must be down here. We need to have 5, 7, and 9 still, but none of those are showing, so let's do that just to mark them. And there has to be a 3 somewhere in here. It can't be there, so it has to be one of these. What about on this row? We need to put a 1 somewhere, so the 1 is going to have to be over here. We've got to put a 2 somewhere. It could be any of those 3 spaces. We have to put a 3. It could be a lot of places. 4 could be a lot of places. 5's already done. 6, 7, 8, and 9 are already done, so that didn't do a lot. In this column as well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 already taken up, which means these have to be from 6, 7, 8, and 9, and this one can't be 6 or 9. So we know there's a 6 and a 9 over here. Just trying to avoid just basic Sudoku, looking through every little number here, but it looks like I might have to dig into it because I don't have a lot of clues left at the moment. So I'm gonna have to do that because we're getting too many options in our rows and columns, I think. So let's see if Sudoku is going to give us anything. The ones, not really, because we've got ones like that. Twos. I have a feeling it's going to be the same for all of them because we have nothing on this right side that we can work with. One of these is a 3. Did I say anything else about the 2? Just check it now. Okay, 4s I think are just about as worthless. 5s. No, nothing really good to use. I mean, this can't be a 5. That's a minor little thing. 6s. Well, we know one of these has to be a 6 or a 9. I just realized I'd said that to myself already. So this has to be 7 and this has to be 6. And that's going to give us some more information we can work with, which is good. Okay, now we can get away from just randomly looking at Sudoku and go back to just logic. So we know both of these cells are on a German whisper because we know that this continues. You can see it doing it. This one, we can just see it straight up. And one of these has to be a 1, so these both have to be low digits. They have to be from 1, 2, 3, or 4. That means this cannot be a low digit, which means it can't be 3. It has to be a high digit. It can't be 6. It could be 7 or 8. Because it cannot be 9, these cannot be 4. So this are from 1, 2, and or 3. We've got another low digit up here somewhere. It can't be 1 or 3, so it has to be 2 or 4. Well, I see another German whisper up here. It's very hard to see. And if you're not looking at, you're not gonna. It's hard to tell. I'm looking at the other screen. If it looks better, you can just see it poking its head in there again. So what does that mean? Well, it means none of these digits can have a 5 on them. We have to have a 5 in this row somewhere. So it's got to be one of these two. Didn't quite give me what I was hoping for. But we know none of these are 5s. We kind of knew that already. Yeah, I don't think I can do much with that, but I think we need to figure out something in here so we can get a little bit more info about what's going on up here. So like I said, we know there's a 3 over here. There's a 5 in one of these two, and the 7 and the 8 are what's remaining, and they can go anywhere, essentially. Now, I can't rule out anything down here yet, because this could be a 7 with a 1-2 pair, or it could be an 8 with a 1-2, or 8 with a 1-3, or 8 with a 2-3. So there's a lot of options there. We know these aren't 7s, so this is 6, 8, and 9, which we can put our 7 over here. It's kind of a small little items so far, but it's something. Okay, so we actually do know there's 7 here, so this has to be 7. Or we could have just used that, but hey. All right, so we know one of these is a 7. We know one of these is a 3. Can we have to put a 4 in one of these. So these are all just low digits, 1, 2, 3, and 4 across here. Okay. What can we do with this guy? This can never be a 4. What am I talking about? If it's a 4, this would have to be an 8. So this is 2. That's going to open that a little bit. Not quite what I was hoping to see, but it gives me something, I guess. Now, we know this can't be a low digit. The same reason that this couldn't have been a 4. We already have 1, 2, and 3. If this was low, it would have to be 4, and it would force this to be 9. There's a 9 here, so this has to be a high digit. It could be 6, 8, or 9. We know this is a low digit, and it can't be 1, 2, or 4, so it is the 3. So that gives us now, well, it doesn't give us it, but it gets rid of that, and it gives us that little bit of tidying up. Now the 7 that goes in this row, we know it can't go here or here because it's got that and that, so this has to be the 7, which forces these to not be the 3. So this is a 1, 2 pair, so this is not the 2, so this is the 2. These had to be 8 and 5. I'm not quite sure on those yet. Let's put them in just so they're there. These have to be 3 and 4, and we got a 3. So this is 4 and 3. This is a given 8. These digits are semi-given, but I don't know that it's going to work too well for us just yet. So let's hold on that. These 2 digits have to be from 4, 5, and 9. I don't like that very much. Okay, so we're back to where we don't have any real clues left over. So we might have to dip back into our Sudoku. Ones aren't helping. Twos, not really at the moment. Threes could be. Looks like we've got a bunch of them, but no, all we end up with is that. 4. No one of these is a 4. That's kind of it. 5. No. 6s. One of these is 7s. Maybe we can do 7s, because it looks like we have an X-wing of 7, so we can't have 7s in any of these. And because of these X-wings, we can't have a 7 here, so that gives us a 7. There it is. So that was the one digit I was trying to find that gave me a little more space to roam. So we've got a 3 here, and we're looking at a Kropki dot. So this has to be from 1, 2, 4, and 8. This can't be 4. This can't be 1 or 8. The rest of these digits look like they're valid. We've got a German whispers here. Can we determine which one's high and which one's low? Don't know that we can. Yeah, I don't see anything there. Is there anything with this row we can use? Well, we know there has to be a 1 in here somewhere. There has to be an 8 in here somewhere. And that's all we really know. How about in here? 4 could go a lot of places, 5 could go a lot of places. There has to be a 6 in one of these. I'm hoping that we're finding something that's going to eliminate something down here, but it's not looking all that good at the moment. As we know down here, we need a 3. I don't see anything else there that's really giving way to anything. Okay, so did these 7s do anything more for us now? No, they did not. Okay, how about the 8s? We'll go back to our Sudoku. And our 9s. No. It's interesting. It's not really giving up the gander here, is it? You keep opening up a spot of area where you can see, and then you've got to dig to find exactly what you're trying to, or what you need to get this done. Now, I can't put a 5 in any of those, but still leaves 5 as an option. Well, not there, but these 3. Maybe we're going to have to do something here with these highs and lows. Let's take a deeper look at it, I guess. I mean, this could be anything. Well, the only high it could be would be 9. Because it sees 6, 7, and 8. The lows, it can't be 1. It can't be 2. It could be 3. And it could be 4. So, doesn't leave great options. I mean, this could still be just about, I mean, a lot of things. If this was a low, this would have to be a high, and it would have to be from 8 or 9, which is possible. If this was the high 9, this could be 1, 2, well, a 1 or 2, that's it. So actually this, well, no, it's not quite true. So what the heck is going on here? What am I missing? That's probably obvious. I mean, I know one of these is a 1. I've used all my clues on my German whispers over here. I've used all my Kropki dots. Now, if this thing kind of bent back, maybe that would do something, but I'd have to get one of these digits to figure that out. I can't really say that any specific number has to be on this, because it could be 8, 4, it could be 2, 4, or it could be 1, 2. Oh, it can't be 1, 2. Maybe that's what it is, because we're looking at a 1, 2 up here. So if this was a 1, that would force this to be a 2, which would rule everything out of there. So let's get rid of that 1, see if that helps us. So it's either 2, 4, or it's 4, 8. So this is always a 4. Okay. That's going to give me our 9 and our 4. So now these are not 9s. This is not 4, so this is 3. Okay, so that did it. Looking at that 1, 2 is what the little trick was to figure that one out. So now this cannot be 1 or 2. The 1 is the only place here. Now it can go is here. Did we have something else that cut over here that I could use? Maybe not. Okay. 3, does that see anything? Does 1 see anything? No. How about the 4? No. Okay, we've got to be into some serious Sudoku level of work here right now. We've got, let's start plotting it out. We got 1s that have to go up there. We've got 2s that have to go up here. We've got a 2 in one of these 2. 3s. We must have a 3. Yeah, this is a 3. So that clears out that little bit of fog. Didn't do anything, but it cleared it out. These two have to be what? 4 and 5. Okay, there we go. There's a 4 here, so this has to be 5 and 4. That 5 doesn't see anything. That 4 doesn't see anything. This one is holding on to dear life. Let's go back. Pick away. Pick away. 4. 4 has to be here. Forces a 1 there. Now that that 1 is taken care of, it's going to give me our 2 and our 1, and that's going to give me our 8 and our 9. Get rid of that 3. That 9 gives me a 7 and a 2 and 7 and 5 and 9. Okay, this should finish it up, hopefully. Now this has to be a 2. This can't be 8. That 9 sees this, so this is 8. Now this has to be 6, this has to be 9, this has to be 8. 6 gives me a 6, 5 and 8. And we've got a 5 here. We've got a 6 here. 6, that 4 gives me a 4. This has to be 9. This has to be 9. And this has to be 5. There we go. Okay. Yeah, good puzzle. I mean, it had a lot of stop and go in it, at least in the way that I was looking at it, because I wasn't seeing some of these, like that 1-2 pair over here. I didn't quite see that right off the bat. Now, if your mind is looking at those things all the time, you might have seen that quite quickly and saw that. But overall, good puzzle. Like I said, I had to jump around a bit to get to figure out where the one little spot, because it seemed like there was just one place to look to figure out where the next stage it was. Then you can move on. But anyway, thanks for the puzzle, Sir Moose. Whispers in the Fog that was. Hope you all enjoyed it. I did, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.